All right. Okay, yeah, we're live on YouTube, and probably gonna have folks, because we're running a little bit late, and I'm going to start a video call here.
You have come to the right place.
Yes. Okay, let me make
Even
sure.
if you weren't meaning to be here, you are here. Stay here. Thank you.
Well, there we go. Okay. Hey, Soda. And we've got some folks. Hey, prying Pandora. Oh, okay. Oh, prying the box. Hey, Josh. Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. And Yamano, you're sideways.
We knew that. We pretty much knew that.
Oh.
Some things are given.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and yes, Darren is with us off camera, providing comic relief. And well, like I said, happy Friday. And link is dropped. Yes. Cool. You know what's kind of sad is there are flashes where I'll say, to myself, gee, I'm really looking forward to, like Thanksgiving break. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm not in school. It's not a break. But especially because I'm not doing any substitute teaching this year. It's definitely not a break. Yeah. But
speaking about parades, I wonder if they're going to have the Macy's thing this year.
It's going to be like,
I thought they were going to do something virtual.
They're going to be doing some sort of very limited parade with huge distances.
Hopefully so. I'm still tripping over the videos I saw. I tend to be a bit late when it comes to finding the news that everybody's talking about, because a couple of days after the fact, I found out about the Christmas tree in Rockefeller Plaza, and that it for one, it looks like Charlie Brown's Christmas tree, but when they were setting it up, they found a little saw-whet owl in there, and they had pictures of this thing with these huge yellow eyes and this fierce-looking face. It actually made me think of there's a Sumerian myth about Inanna and a halupu tree. And she planted this halupu tree, and as it grew up, it had owls and other, like nasty things growing in it. And so she had to get, I think it was a Gilgamesh or a figure associated with him to kill all the evil things and chase out the owls that were in the tree. So I wonder if that's got anything to do with the, Christmas tree 2020. But without further ado, this evening we're honoring Sakhmet and Bastet, and also Wadjyt had a feast day earlier this week, and I'm still working on artwork for a finished icon of her, but I had enough of something to print out a few minutes before we started here. I printed out something on cardstock, so she is represented with the others. So let's hear it for Photoshop. But and welcome to everyone as we go along.
Yeah, I was just sitting.
Huh?
I was just sitting around, and then I got this inkling. I looked over at the altar, and Bastet said, "Make sure to tell Sharon that I want to be present."
Yeah, well, this is like the month for goddesses, because and of course when I say a month, the Egyptian month starts kind of in the middle of the modern month, and so it'll run into December, but at the beginning of December we'll have a sailing for Mut and for Neat and for Sekhmet. There's going to be lots of stuff for goddesses, so we're starting it off with our Eyes of Ra. And with your favorite part. It's funny, I pick up the vase of water and I just turn over to Darren and I just grin. It's like, yeah, here we go. The more you ham it up, the more fun I have with it, Darren. Let's see. These cool waters are upon my hands. They purify me as Tiffany purifies me.
You sure?
we say it in ritual, and thus it is so. Hail unto you, Anochadu. I come unto you without falsehood and without evil.
You're not finished?
Okay. So you kind of made me lose my place here. We come unto you without falsehood and without evil. Our purity is upon our hands. Purity is in our hearts. We have cast out all evil that pertains to us. You were waiting for that part. We are pure. We are pure. Come here, you. Come here. We are pure. We are pure. Yes, the power of Tefnut compels you. Come here. Okay. And I need to grab a couple of fresh tea light candles, so let me blur across the camera. Faster than 15 frames per second. What? Darren just gave me this look like you've never said anything corny ever.
I have. I'm the most serious soul you know.
Okay.
Have stock.
Huh?
Have stock and free, you should have stock and Frito-Lay.
Yeah. Oh, did we just loop? Wait a minute. Okay, so I looped. I wonder what that. If y'all are having some issues, yeah, just let me know, because so far as I can see on my end, everything's running fine. But if there's some kind of issue going on, okay, refresh the page. Haha, there we go.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, it is November 20th, and it is still 2020. So.
Getting closer to my birthday.
Okay. Huh?
Getting closer to my birthday.
Oh, that's right.
Happy birthday.
Yes, happy early birthday.
I'm sure it'll come up on Facebook.
Well, I'm always proud of myself when I can remember people's birthdays without the benefit of something like Facebook. But like I have one friend, I remember his birthday because it's Egyptian New Year's. So.
I remember reading my birthday falls during a festival of Sakhmet and Bastet. So.
Oh yes, and apparently this year, was it okay, not Thanksgiving, but Black Friday is also the birthday of Antinous. So apparently that's a big feast. So those that venerate Antinous, will be celebrating, and that'll be in a week. So I'll definitely have to mention it again then.
At least time is going fast. I swear, may next year be so much more better than this year.
Yeah. As long as next year isn't like C-Lab 2021. For those of you that remember that on Adult Swim.
Let's just hope that 2020 is in our rear view mirror and we can look at it the way we're supposed
Oh, okay. Oh, and the question, what is Antinous? Antinous was a mortal human. He was the lover of Emperor Hadrian, and he drowned in the Nile. And
No way.
oh, denial, haha. Yeah, but there we don't know the exact circumstances of how he what led to him drowning in the Nile, but Emperor Hadrian was very much grieved because this was his lover, and so he had a city founded in his honor somewhere in Middle Egypt, and he was Antinous was deified and associated with Osiris, because that kind of harks back to an old Egyptian folk belief that someone who drowned, that connected them to Osiris, and he went on to become. He was kind of like the first Bishonen, the first pretty boy in known history, because there were so many statues that were commissioned of Antinous, and even today, the most surviving statues we have, like apparently from that time period, are of Antinous. And there he has been adopted in modern worship as a patron of the LGBTQ community.
Oh.
So I've actually and I learned all about a lot of this stuff when somebody asked me to make them an Antinous rosary, and they said, well, the information for it's on this website. It's Neas Antinou, and you can Google it and find the page, and it's you learn something new every day. So let's see. Yeah, so there we go.
To the show.
Yes. Okay. Come in peace, bright eye of Horus. Come in peace. Receive the light. The eye of Horus shines like Ra in the twin horizons, and evil hides in fear of it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus destroys the enemies of Ra in all of their abodes, till none remain. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus comes. Throughout the four corners. And we are purified with it.
Receive the light.
Receive the light. You arise in the Akhetis Kopri, O Ra, spreading your light upon the earth. You set in peace in the mountains of Manu as a tomb, bringing your light to Duat. Shine upon earth as you do in heaven and Duat. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who came from Nun at the first time, for such is your uniqueness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Hu at your left side, for such are the words you commanded. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Sia at your right side, for such is your great wisdom. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, whose Hika goes before you, for such is your ability. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who rules with Ma'at upon your brow, for such is your righteousness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra. Hail and praise unto you, O Sekhmet, O Bastet, O Wadjyt. O you Nutcheru, you lords of love and lords of life. Grant us life, well-being, and health. May our eyes perceive your goodness and our hearts receive your wisdom. May you shine upon us as you traverse the sky, that we may bring to you Ma'at and cast out his Fet. And may you guard us from the evil one through the dark hours of the night, your protection being before us and your strength being within us. Take these, your cool waters, which are the inundation. They may cool your hearts. Ra, Sekhmet, Wadjyt and Bastet. These cool waters are the eye of Horus, that your hearts may be refreshed. Milk, milk, may you taste it in your shrine. May your hearts be refreshed with it. We bring you this milk from the great flood, O Yunachiru. May you be purified with it. We give you incense. We give you incense, great purity. This incense is the eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you. It cleanses you. It adorns you. It takes its place upon your hands. Are you not Shadu? We give to you this eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you. Light over our little lantern. Take this, your bread on which gods live. This bread is the eye of Horus, O Nechidu. Lift it to your faces and be at peace with it. Okay. The gardens prosper and Hapi rejoices, overflowing with his meal. We fill the eye of Horus for you with wine, O Ra, O Yunachiru. Drink and be pure. The doors of heaven and the doors of earth are open with libations for you within this house. May your faces be refreshed with your libations, your wine and your water. And we'll trade out with some, keep Natron in here. Okay. And flowers, that they may rejuvenate your faces. We give this bouquet to you gods and to the Osir Nisu Nebkapura, and to all of the blessed dead. May Ra watch over them and be their protection, and may they live eternally. May Ra love them, favor them, and protect them from all foes, whether living or dead. Emrenin Ra, Emrenin Ra, Emrenin Ra, Emrenin Ra. Now, the reason why we did that is because that's something that's done on the Sakhmet feast, which is it's right before first quarter. It's a lunar feast. And so that technically it was yesterday, but there's a little bits of variation in the lunar cycle. Sometimes the Sakhmet and the first quarter are back to back, and then sometimes there's like a day in between. But it was, they would offer flowers, but also bread and goose. And since goose is a little hard to come by, we had some rotisserie chicken. So,
when it comes to lunar phases, I have noticed that there tends to be like a 3-day window within, how the Wiccans have the 3 lunar cycles, right? Well, in another aspect, the moon, like if someone was going to pay attention to the full moon, right? You have the first day, the second day, and the third day of the full moon. Where you have the 3 days of the full moon's power.
Yeah.
You can access the full moon's power for 3 days. Same thing with these things. Yeah.
Right now we're at the quarter moon, and that that lunar energy, and so it's
that the moon works in 3s. You have a window to use.
Yeah. Okay. And as we like to say around here, wait, there's myrrh. Pure is Ra Haraketi within his house. Pure is Sekhmet within her house. Pure, pure is Wadjyt within her house. Pure, pure is Bastet within her house. Pure are the cause of all of these gods with this good myrrh that is given. Djihiti proclaims it. It is written in his house of sacred words. Hapi gives in abundance, thousands of offerings, all things good and pure, for Ra-Horeketi, for Sakhmet, for Wadjyt, for Bastet, in every place that there are mortal cause dwell. Come to your body, O Ra-Horeketi. Come to your bodies, O Nacharu, Sekhmet, O Wadjyt, O Bastet. Come to your invocation. Come unto us, your servants, who are mindful of your feasts and your offerings. Bring your power, your hika, your honor, and your ba to these your offerings and partake of them. Come, O people, raise these offerings before the faces of these gods. Lift the offerings before Ra, before Sakhmet, before Wadjyt, before Bastet. All life comes from them, all health comes from them, all stability comes from them, all good fortune comes from them, as it has since the first time. There we go. O Ra-Horeketi and your son, the Osir Nisu Nebkapadu Ra, your foes retreat from you. Horus turns himself to his eye. Turn yourselves to these your offerings and receive them from our hands. And there we are. Yes, one of the themes of the quarter moon was to honor the blessed dead. Seems that the quarter moon feasts and the end of the Egyptian week, were the times to honor the blessed dead. So we bring them the Eye of Horus, that it may light their way. In these cool waters from the table of Osiris, that their hearts may be refreshed. And poor Darren, I think that myrrh knocked him out. Porekere ta henket ka apdu senetrin merhat kutnebet nofre wabet anket nacharim and kawen akupu nibu maachre nibu nachara. A voice offering of 1,000 beef and fowl and bread, beer, incense, oils, and all good and pure things on which a god lives, for the cause of all of these Aku, all true of voice before the great God. And last but certainly not least, we present a special little lady. We come unto you, O Ra, as Djihiti comes, our hands joined under Ma'at. Ma'at has come to be with you in every place where you are. An offering of Ma'at is made unto you, that your heart may be pleased and your ka shall live. Truly your Enid has Ma'at, for they know you live in her. The Enid says unto you, your word is law eternally. This fed is cast out by your word. Rejoicing is yours every day. Ma'at has taken her place in your shrine. There we go. And her amongst them. May we always act with gentility and compassion, for such is the first Ma'at. May we always offer charity and hospitality, for such is the second Ma'at. May we always respect, consent, and fidelity, for such is the third Ma'at. May we always avoid violence and promote wellness, for such is the fourth Ma'at. May we always speak words of truth, for such as the 5th Ma'at. May we always promote the public good, for such as the 6th Ma'at. May we always act humbly and with temperance, for such as the 7th Ma'at. May we always honor our gods and respect others, for such as the 8th Ma'at. May we uphold Ma'at like Jehuti, that we may witness Ra's perfection every day. Okay. And see, something we definitely need to do, because they're honoring Sekhmet. So we'll light her candle. There we go. And that did not take much. Hail, Sekhmet the Great, Eye of Ra, who hides him within her iris. Hail, Sekhmet, sovereign, mistress of light who moves in brightness. In peace, Sekhmet, mistress of darkness at whose setting the dusk comes. In peace, Sekhmet, mistress of fear whose seal brings death. Hail unto you, Sekhmet, daughter of Ra, who loves Ma'at, who detests Isfet. Most holy of the gods, one seeks life in you. And we'll just go through. We're going to have a hymn to Bast, a hymn to Sakhmet, and a hymn to Wadjyt. So. Hail and praise unto you, Bastet, lady of love, lady of life, daughter of Atum, firstborn of the Lord of all, greatest goddess, lady of heaven, mistress of all the gods. You open the movements of Shu, for he is your messenger. You slaughter with your arrows. You slay the evil one and seize the hearts of the wicked foes. Lady of the shrine, foremost of the sacred fields, mistress of perfume, mistress of joy. O Eye of Horus, O Eye of Ra, Uraeus whom Ra loves, protect us until the dawn. Okay. There we are. Our litany to Sekhmet. Hail, Sekhmet, who presides over the land, lady of flourishing, generous one, Sekhmet, who protects the two lands. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the first arrow of famine. Hail, Sekhmet, O Curl, O hidden lady, Wadjyt the Great. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the second arrow of drought. Hail, Sekhmet, who moves in light, who terrifies the gods with her massacre. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the third arrow of war. Hail, Sekhmet, who guides mankind, lady of the dual shores, mistress of humanity. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the fourth arrow of terror. Hail, Sekhmet, great shining one, foremost in the mansion of flame, who terrorizes the two lands with fear. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the fifth arrow of storms. Hail, Sekhmet, who loves Ma'at and hates Isfet, lady of the people. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the sixth arrow of oppression. Hail, Sekhmet, Uraeus who opens the acacia, great and sovereign one. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the seventh arrow of disease. Dua Wadjyt Nacharitaat. Dua Wadjyt Iritin Ra. Dua Wadjyt Hinaturet. Dua Wadjyt Satra. Dua Wadjyt Imi Ates. Dua Wadjyt Yaritin Ra. Dua Wadjyt Nebet Pet. Dua Wadjyt Nebet Pe Nebet Dep. Dua Wadjyt Nebet Tawi. And that is adoration of Wadjyt, great goddess, eye of Ra, great young feline, daughter of Ra. Hail Wadjyt in her act of striking, Uraeus of Ra, mistress of the sky, mistress of pay, mistress of depth, mistress of the two lands. Okay, I will slip over to the comments and see if you guys have any requests. Let's see. Okay. Oh, somebody asked what's the best way to work with Anubis. Oh goodness. And yeah, let's see. Somebody asked me, do I work with Bast often? Okay, well, some other folks wrote that. It comes to me in my dreams a lot, but I'm not sure how to create a relationship with her. Yeah, it's just, and I like, Scott, I like your suggestion, because if she comes to you in your dreams, yeah, she's talking to you, let's see, Oh, if somebody offers the chai tea, I happen to really love chai tea. So yeah, let's see, go for the 3-day window, the day before, the day off, and the day after. Okay, yeah, working with a different deity that's going to take a little bit of a different form, for different people, because the gods are going to talk to you in a way that works best for you, and it's not going to look the same as how it would for somebody else. But reading about them, learning, some people, those of us that are artists, that's one way that we work with them. If there's something that you do as like a craft or a hobby, that's another way. There's all sorts of different ways that you can, work with them. But come on, Bill.
There's many ways you can work with this. You can make offerings for them.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's funny. There's one thing I keep thinking about with Bast that I think is kind of appropriate. From if you've ever read the novel American Gods by Neil Gaiman, Bast is in there, and she tells the main character at one point, and this is over the phone because she knows about things, and he's like, well, how did you know about that? How did you see that? And she says, I've got eyes wherever my folk are. And that's referring to a cat that was in the room. So, that seemed like a very appropriate thing to me. So yeah, if you're a cat person, be good to your cats, and that's, Bast appreciates that.
I'm always good to cats.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's tough for those of us, but Darren has allergies to cats. Otherwise, we probably would have adopted one or two by now. But I think she knows that he loves cats, just can't have them. So, but yeah, okay, yeah, and if you've had to, if we missed you already, that's okay, but I understand if y'all are having internet issues, so we'll catch you next time.
Love you.
Yeah. Yeah, because somebody had to step out because their internet connections, being a pain. And it seems like a lot of folks that we know are having issues with that. So
right.
It may be because so many people are online now. More bandwidth. We can always use more.
Yes. Contact your legislators.
Yeah. Call your cable company and say I want my MTV. Sorry, that.
They have all that.
Huh?
They have all that hype over 5G.
Yeah. But okay, and I tell you what, since it is also a lunar feast, we'll let me see if I've got some good lunar things. Yes, Jehuti and Khonsu. Okay. Let's see, full moon. Actually, you know what? I should have something for Sakhmet. I'll go to one of my handwritten books. Let's see.
You know, it seemed to me that if you were ever going to honor the both of them at the same time, just offer them both the Senate board.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Yeah, this is something for the Senate feast, and it's from my handwritten notes. Yeah, and now that I remember, this is also in Circle of the Sun. But there we go. Hail, O sir! Repeated, renewed, and refreshed is your name of Unifer. Ra is your power, Unti is what you are called. You are in abundance, greatest of the gods, widespread of sweet savor among all who are not ignorant of you. Your war cry is fierce, O swiftest of the Aeneid. You who are stronger, more ba, and more effective than the gods of Upper and Lower Egypt and their powers. Yeah, so. Let's see. Where were we? There we go. Hail and praise unto you, O Jehuti, thrice great God, son of Ra, Lord of Chemnu, wise one in Yunu. You report to Ra every morning. Messenger of humankind, you know people by their speech and judge them by their deeds. Those true of voice before Osir, their names are in your list. The Aeneid gives you praise as you guide the bark of millions, as you cast out the evil one, as you change strife into peace. You know all secrets, all books, all deeds, the fleeting moment, the hour of night. No report to Ra is forgotten. Your words endure for eternity. Friend of the people, wise and impartial, great one, Lord of Ma'at. And we'll wrap up with Khonsu. Hail, O Khonsu, the child, very great, firstborn of Amun, goodly youth, sweet of love, king of all children. Babe born alive, who repeats births like the sun disk, who repeats the renewal of Ra and Thebes. Babe in the morning, old man in the evening, youth who renews at the proper times, who arrives as an infant after his old age. Whom Mut gave birth to in Thebes as the august child, the living one in his manifestation of Khepri, Ra after he has repeated births, a tomb in the evening within the entrance of Manu. Iris of the Wadjyt, Horus as a young child, babe of Amun-Ra. Lord of food, plentiful of sustenance, Lord of offerings, who gives to those he loves. Okay. And let's see. We caught like the first 3 episodes of American Gods on Stars, and it's because I think we were watching it through a friend's computer. You know, one of those cases where, it wasn't because we had the subscription, but somebody else did, so we were able to watch it. And of course, I read the book, and so I was just like, "Oh, this is so cool!" Seeing what was the same and what they changed in it and what they added. And Darren, I think you said you were really enjoying it.
It was. I'd like to finish it at some point.
Yeah. So it was pretty fun. And I liked the way they adapted Anubis in that. The way they, presented him. It was really, really cool.
Right.
But
yeah, you got to see the scene with the weighing of the heart, right?
Yeah, and yeah, that was really, really nice. And what I loved about it was, they didn't try to go for the whole big thing. It's just that it was very intimate. He's sitting with her in the desert, and weighs her heart, and and says, "Well, it's up to you." And it was really cool. If you haven't seen it, you'll dig it.
And if you'd like us to see it, and you want to give us your, name and password, we'll gladly keep it for you.
Right. Well,
I have to say also, I very much do like how they handled Tahuti. The guy playing him is very nice.
Okay, I haven't gotten to that point, so we'll find it soon enough. But I tell you what, we have to do at least one divination while we're here, and And by the way, I have a whole bunch of new prayer beads. I set them here so that they could get some good mojo. But let's see. And what's interesting is because I bought the translation of Herodotus's histories, and because it has a whole chapter on Egypt. And what's interesting is Budo, the city, devoted to Wadjyt. He identified Wadjyt with Leto, and so he called their city Letopolis. And supposedly, according to his description, she had like the best oracle, in the country, which is really interesting. It makes me wonder what, if that was like a specialty of hers, before then. But definitely, I could ask her to help us pick. Oh, okay. She's like, all right, this one. So, you asked, you got. Here's the fortune cookie. Whoa. Okay, guys. This says, you will soon achieve perfection. Wow.
What was
Miss, I just finished a book.
Question?
Say, huh?
What was the question?
Well, this was, I meant for it to be just general, but maybe she's telling me, hey, this is for you. It's funny because, as Darren pointed out, I just finished the manuscript for my third novel. And I'm working on the cover art for it now.
And it's going to be great. I would encourage all of you to read it.
Yeah.
More importantly, I would encourage all of you to buy it.
Well, I will let you know as soon as I have it available for that. Because like I said, I have to finish the cover art. But
and if you haven't read the other books, you should.
Yeah, this nice thick manuscript here is the third novel that I just finished. And so, I thank you, ladies, for the encouragement. Let me do another one to see if that was just for me, or that's for all of you guys too. Okay. Okay. And the next one. He who knows others is wise. He who knows himself is enlightened. Yeah, so he who knows others is wise. He who knows himself is enlightened. Okay, so
essentially what they're saying is it's good to pay attention to others, but you also need to have some introspection.
Yes. Know thyself. Wasn't the advice given to Alexander the Great, before you can conquer others, you must first conquer yourself?
Yes.
So,
unfortunately, they were playing the fortune cookie game, and weird things happened.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, and discussing the two fortunes kind of go together. And yeah, I can see that because in order to attain perfection, I guess you gotta know yourself, and I think another thing is if you have goals that you're working towards, it helps to define it in specific, concrete terms, because that way you have something measurable. Like what was that Darren, help me out with this. I'm trying to remember something about
SMART goal.
Yeah, SMART goal.
Yes.
It's an acronym. There's something measurable, achievable, repeatable, teachable. Was it or something? No, something else.
Look it up. Google
okay.
it. What is a SMART goal?
What is a SMART goal? Okay. Yeah, but basically, well, and it's funny. This is something that happened earlier this year because we had a friend that is Isaiah, he dabbles in like so many different traditions, brotherhood, the Minoan brotherhood, and this, that, and the other, and a lot of stuff going way back. But he also does some Isaiah stuff. but he did an in bulk thing, and this is back when it was still safe for us to go and get together and do things with people. And I remember at that, thinking about what were my goals for the year, and I said, you know what, because we all could use more money, and so I said, let me try to think of something specific. I need to make this much extra every month in order to pay some things off. Well, that was back in February. Then we had COVID and the shutdowns and everything else. And, for a little while, I got, some of that unemployment, and that really helped. But I remember in the middle of it thinking, well, it's kind of pretty close to the goal that I had, asked Offset, could you, this is what I need help with. She says, okay, here you go. Bam.
Sharon,
Huh?
is it specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, time bound?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound.
Time bound, yes.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Yes. But okay. If anyone else has any other requests for fortune cookie or any other things.
You know what?
Huh.
I'm going to do something I've never done.
Oh, hold on. What's up?
I'm going to do something I've never done.
Requests in Facebook?
Oh, yes, there were some prayer requests in Facebook that we did get. Let's see. Some other specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. Yeah.
Yes.
But we did have a few Facebook requests. Because actually our friend Rebecca, her older kitty, is doing better. So
Yay, kittens.
yay, kitty. And one of our friends, Fallon, her boyfriend has an offer for a job, but it would mean they'd have to move like a couple of states away, and so they're asking for clarity as they weigh their options, because right now he's got a job that's like 3 hours away from them. And so he has to go work there and, stay with a friend until the weekends, which, is pretty tough to begin with. That would be like one of us going to Dallas, and couch surfing during the week, which would be really tough. So, it's a lot to weigh because, still you're having to move, and so do we move, someplace we've never, far away, or do we, keep doing something that's arduous to begin with?
They're already far away.
Huh.
No change is made is no change made.
Okay. Well,
With that,
If the other place is more agreeable to them, maybe.
yeah. Well, I think it sounds like they're thinking about it and they're weighing it, and they're asking the gods to give them some clarity, so that they can make the best decision. And definitely, we ask Wadjyt, since we're at a quadrant in his cycle, if he might, as the moon waxes full, may they figure out what's the best course for them to take. And us, huh? Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you said something, but like I said, I know there's a little bit of lag with the the chat and then what we're doing, especially with internet being slow in some places. But okay, and speaking of which, Josh is going to see if he can rejoin us. Let's see. Okay. So someone wants to give thanks to Wadjyt and to Sakhmet for removing obstacles, allowing him to go back to school, but requests that they continue to fight for his chance to go back. That's not weird at all. That makes perfect sense. So some obstacles are out of the way, but we're not done yet. So
got some hurdles to go.
Yeah, keep up the good fight. So absolutely. Hail and praise unto you, Wadjyt and Sakhmet. May you continue to help our friend and get the chance to go back to school. Wadjyt, that's students come under your purview, and Tell you what, let's also ask Neat and Upwote, since they are openers of the way, that they continue to help make sure that obstacles are, out of their path. Hail unto you, Neat, the Great, who was at the beginning, fashioner of Ra, the opener of the ways, mistress of destiny, regent of fortune. And were you going to ask for something?
I just wanted to know if they had any advice for me.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we're going to open up a fortune for Darren. I get the sense that it's Sakhmet's like, I'll handle this one. Because, she kind of has a shine for you. So, okay. Well, help me pick out. Wait a minute. All right. You're this one. This one just like stays in the middle. So this must be it. So okay, Darren, this is for you. Everyone is fun. You just have to find their fun side.
Oh my.
Oh, and I love the it's like he thought about this for a minute, and I could just see your eyes like you realized something.
Yeah. I have work to do.
Oh my.
We should pull one for my household and see what comes about.
Okay. Well, I'm going to set this one right here. It's funny, yeah, Derek's like, okay, I have work to do. She had something for you. Okay, now for our friend Yamanu. Let's see. Wait. Okay. I think this one was like kind of shaking all over the place. Oops. Okay, and Yamano here says, an optimist is always able to see the bright side of other people's troubles.
Yeah.
Huh.
That seems appropriate.
Okay. And I have to admit, that's something that I don't quite know what that means, but I suspect it'll mean something for you. Yeah, it's not meant for me. That's meant for you. But yes, an optimist is always able to see the bright side of other people's troubles. So, let's see. Okay. There's a request set to fight to keep an ex away who won't let me heal from the breakup. Oh my, yeah. Yeah, and okay, also divinations, let's see, for the new calendar year. So what do I need to do to hold my in this new cycle? Okay, that's a good question too. Okay. And a request for because you got an ex that, won't keep, won't let you move on.
Would an exorcism be in order?
Very punny, Darren. And I have to say that's a really appropriate thing to ask Set for, because in a lot of older magical spells they would invoke Set if they wanted to break up a couple so that they could move onto somebody's territory. But I think asking Set for help to move on and make a clean break is a much more ethical request, and I imagine he would appreciate such a thing. So, Set, if you would help our friend to, get rid of the baggage to be able to move on. Hail of Sutek, son of Nut, great of strength in the bark of millions, chosen one of Ra Horaketi, bull who dwells in the northern sky, fearsome one at whom all lands tremble, Great is your war cry, great is your might. Your wasp scepter stretches over the sky. You stand at the zenith of the stars. Lord of storms, Lord of dread, your voice is thunder in the heavens. You slay the fiend from the prow of Ra's bark. Protect us from evil and grant us long life. Help our friend to move on and to have his ex stop bothering him. And we got another request for the upcoming year for our friend Josh. And what would be the best way to uphold Ma'at in the year to come? Okay. Let's see. Wait a minute. I think this one. And Fortune Cookie says, says a helping hand will pull you up this week. So, yeah, well, maybe not necessarily looking on long term, but maybe, something this week could give you some insight that'll apply later. What?
Keep your eye on where you are. The horizon is not here yet. Look at what's underfoot.
All right, Darren, you do it best. Master Yoda.
Never his mind or where he was. What he was doing.
There you go. Yes, Darren does a rather good Yoda. And I'm not going to let you do on YouTube your spoof of his.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He has a very racy spoof of one of Yoda's monologues about the Force, but and it corrupted me, and I can remember going to see the special edition for Empire Strikes Back in the theater, and I was like pummeling you because I could hear your spoof in my head.
She abused me in public. That's right. My life. Never mind.
Yeah. It's not safe for broadcast.
It's not meant for broadcast.
Right.
This broadcast, anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, and so Josh was like, it's kind of wide-eyed emoji. He's like, oh, it's interesting. So hopefully that'll give you something, to work with. Okay, well, I'm going to give it just a sec for the chat lag to catch up, especially because some internet providers right now are just acting really squirrely, but
some of it is actually due to COVID, because there are many states and counties going into various measures of restriction and lockdown because COVID is growing again.
Okay, yeah, so more people are on the internet right now. That and you got people who are shopping online and stuff like that. Oh, tell you what, one thing before we go, because for us here in the United States, Thanksgiving is in a little less than a week now. I will share with you a couple of tips for making sure that your turkey, if you're going to be cooking it, is not dried out. Because everybody tells you to put the turkey with the breast up. Don't do that. You flip it so that the breast is down so that it'll absorb all those juices. And if you put a foil tent over the bird, basically take a couple of pieces of aluminum foil and I spray it with cooking spray so that it won't stick to the bird, put it over it, and then bake it. And you might want to take it out for like the last 45 minutes, take the foil off so it can brown. But if you do that, you will have a nice, tender, juicy bird.
And the bird won't be brainwashed.
What? Brainwashed?
The bird won't be brainwashed by,
Oh, because foil on her. Oh, har.
It'll have a foil hat and it can keep its sanity.
Yeah. Also, now that I remember it, somebody had asked, huh?
You'll probably be brine-washed, not brainwashed.
Yes, you'll be brine-washed. Very good. Yeah. One other thing, because somebody had been asking about a particular article that talks about Mut and how she, identified with other goddesses over the course of Egypt's history. And that article here,
We did find the article.
Yes, I found
it.
it.
Was a moot point.
Oh,
Sorry, I had to.
Oh, Darren. Moot. Careful, she's going to get you.
Well, it was done out of love.
Okay. Yeah, and you're not a bachelor, so, if you happen to be by her lake, she wouldn't, turn into a lioness and come get you.
Well, I would just have to call up a Sakhmet.
All right. Well, anyway, that article is called Egypt's Ageless Goddess. It is by Jennifer Pinkowski, spelled Pinkowski, and it is from the magazine Archaeology, Volume 5, which would have been the September-October 2006 issue. So look for Archaeology magazine. You can find it online, especially if you can go through like a library website or something, and look for the article titled Egypt's Ageless Goddess.
Yeah, you may have to dig for it, but go for it.
Very punny. Yeah, and Jennifer Pinkowski, I want to say that she's a published Egyptologist. I know I've seen her name before somewhere. But hopefully, if they're not, watching tonight, they can, catch it later. If you can slog it through all the way to the end of the broadcast, and there you have it. And I might even post it in like the comments later or something. So, but it's in the bibliography for Following the Sun. So if you have this book, then just check and you'll find it. So, let's see, a water pistol sort of thing. We use that for the cat. I think somebody was suggesting I use a water pistol for you. Problem is, no, I can't do that in this room because I have valuable paper goods I don't want to risk. So.
Water pistol. Everybody who loves me say so.
I think they all do, but you can.
I want to see it scroll on that screen. Want to see lots of hearts.
You still wouldn't be totally safe.
Huh? What wouldn't?
He still would be totally safe at Moot's temple. He'd probably get eaten in the course of drunkenness.
Thanks a lot, pal.
I don't know. For some reason, I see you getting like licked on. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know, but
my name is Bong.
you're so wrong. So wrong. All right, I'm going to say our prayer to make the offerings endure. I'll try and kind of keep one eye out in case, we get any last minute requests. But hail unto you, Atum. Hail unto you, Capri. You come into being upon the primeval hill. You shine forth upon the shrine of the phoenix in Unu. You breathe out Shu and Tefnut. May the giving of these offerings endure as the name of Atum, foremost of the great Enid, endures. May they endure as the name of Shu, Lord of Upper Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Tefnut, Mistress of Lower Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Geb at the Earth's Ba endures. As the name of Nut in the Shrine of Shenit in Unu, endures. As the name of Osir, Hentiamentiu, endures. As the name of Aset in Necheru endures. As the name of Sutek in Nubet endures. As the name of Horus in Pe endures. As the name of Wadjyt in Dep endures. As the name of Jehuti in Chemenu endures. As the name of Ra in the Akhet endures, likewise for eternity. Hmm. Okay, well, somebody just said it wouldn't be the same without you.
Thank you. I love you too.
Yeah, and if I understand correctly, that is coming to you all the way from Australia. So,
Thank you. Love ACDC.
yeah. You have come in peace, O Ra. You have come in peace. O Sekhmet, O Wadjyt, O Bastet, Ma'at. You have come in peace, O Necheru. May you go forth in peace, O Ra, O Sekhmet, O Wadjyt, O Bastet, Ma'at. May you go forth in peace, O Necheru, to every place your immortal cause wish to be. May you sail in joy in the Manjet bark, and rest content in the Sektet bark. And may you smile upon us, your humble servants. Okay. Well, I think it's been fun. And
I want to know why they knock me out every week. Why I take a nap every week.
that's
Because I can only remember one session in the last 3 weeks where I haven't fallen asleep.
well, I think it tends to happen when we light the myrrh, and I think some of our folks that have been watching have pointed out that the myrrh is very soothing. By the way, if you want to get on the Facebook group and you haven't, mention that you tune in. I need to retool the questions because I think in the some folks might not have understood a couple of them. And I get folks from like all over. I get folks from like Brazil, from Egypt, and I don't always know if this is somebody who's legitimately wanting to be part of an Egyptian pagan group. Sometimes I think they just think, oh, it's another Egyptian group. Sure, I'll join. So just mention kind of in your own words somewhere in one of the questions, hey, I tune in to the broadcasts, I'm trying to, participate through the Facebook group. And that way, I can look through it and I can know, okay, this is not just some random person who's wanting to catch up on news about the mummies, or something like that. So, and I promise I will do what I can to try and catch up. It's just I have to, work on things in little chunks. But that being the case, I hope everyone who's going to be celebrating Thanksgiving has a really good one. And I don't know, I might peek in and post a little something briefly, in the evening or something. But otherwise, we will, do this the same bat time, same bat channel on Friday. And hopefully Darren won't fall asleep.
Well, like I said, it's like they go, okay, now, and I'm gone. I don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Part of that is also because whenever you do the T-shirts,
Mm-hmm.
you're basically purging the area of negativity and everything else.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Wolf was saying the temple room also tends to be a calm, safe space, and you can relax and end up dozing off.
And I do.
Yeah.
Every single week.
Yeah, well, and if you see, the thing is, if I were to turn the camera around, you'd see I have like a whole shelf full of Yushabti, and temple guards, basically, that happen to wear Autobot and Decepticon symbols, and so this room has lots of guardians in it, and it's a good place where you can just kind of like
lots of peace and joy and creative mojo.
Yeah, yes, this is so. And I'm glad that I can share even just a little slice of it every week. So, okay, somebody's going to be celebrating their birthday on Thanksgiving. Happy birthday! And I will be joining the Discord server eventually. Just have to be able to sit down. And I swear to you, there have been times when I said, okay, today I'm going to sit down, I'm going to look this up, and I'm going to start an account. And then I'll have like our quarantine buddy will come over, or something like that. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, it's not time yet.
So.
Look, you're going to join a place called Discord. You might as well be patient.
Well, words of wisdom from a friend of mine today. Let me see if I can remember exactly how he said it. Patience is a virtue that is earned. It is not given.
Ain't that the truth?
So, okay. Well, on that note, guys, we're at an hour and 10 minutes, so I will catch everyone soon.
Much love.
So, alrighty, guys. Much love. I'll see you soon.